Welcome to From Root to Crown with Rebe Goebel, your guide to self-discovery and personal growth. I'm your host and a certified trauma-informed breathwork facilitator, Reiki master healer, and intuitive guide. Join me as we explore spirituality, alternative healing, and tools like breathwork, human design, astrology, and meditation to help you lead a more balanced, aligned, and joyful life. Remember, you are your own teacher and medicine. Keep listening for practical tips to incorporate this week's insights and inspiration on your transformative journey. Welcome to the very first episode of From Root to Crown with Rebe Goebel. I am so excited to kick off this podcast adventure with everyone here. During the time that we are going to spend here together, we're going to be talking about a broad variety of topics, but all with the focus of giving you practical techniques and tips that you can use to broaden your spiritual practices, your understanding of yourself, and the world around us. My major philosophy is that I am just your guide. You are your own healer, you are your own medicine, and I'm just here to give you things to think about and ways of looking at the world. And you get to decide what you keep and what you decide isn't for you. So, from root to crown, the meaning behind that is talking about your energy systems. If you're familiar with the chakra system, your root chakra is at the base of your tailbone, basically, and then your crown chakra sits right up here above your head. And there's a bunch of smaller energy centers and smaller minor chakras, but those encompass the seven major energy centers in your body. And as you get to know me, you'll know that I am a multi-passionate person who is interested in incorporating a lot of different things into my life. And the major systems that have worked the best for me is energy work through Reiki. I am a Reiki master, and then breathwork facilitation. So we're combining energy and body, and of course, your mindset and how you think. We're going to get into neuro linguistics and neuroprogramming and how all of this ties together to create a joyous, abundant, amazing life. So, a little bit more about me, and then we'll get into really what inspired the podcast and what you can expect beyond what I've already touched on here. Again, my name is Rebe Goebel. You can remember Rebe in that it sounds like Debbie, but with an R, and it's short for Rebecca. And I have been in the spiritual space as an entrepreneur for just under 4 years at this point. I started my business named Freya's Haven as a crystal shop during the pandemic. And then over the course of the last 4 years, really dove into the energetics and the energy behind everything that makes the universe go round, and have started to bring that to clients through Reiki sessions and most recently through breathwork facilitation. Very, very powerful modalities that, trust me when I say, we will dive deeper into those techniques and tools and when you might want to use those in future episodes. So I really started on my own spiritual journey about 8 years ago. I knew that things were out of balance in my life and was looking for meditation and to really learn and dive deeper into the knowledge behind having a meditation practice. I was at a time in my life where things were really complicated with my two young kiddos. And I remember standing in the Target parking lot and tears like threatening, the scream of rage bubbling right in the back of my throat. And if you've ever just wrestled a frantic toddler out of Target and then into their car seat, you may feel me on this one. And I recognized at that moment, after I had gotten my son strapped in safely to his car seat, that if I didn't take a moment to pull myself back together and I just went and got into the car, I was going to do something, say something that was out of alignment with who I really wanted to be and would have not helped the situation at all. It was going to make the situation worse. And so that was the moment where I really realized that I had to figure out something that was going to help me stay connected with my higher self and who I really wanted to be in these challenging moments. So my meditation practice was born out of looking around and realizing that there wasn't a system that existed that was simple and effective and built for somebody who had true time constraints and true um, limitations and needs, right? So meditation led me into exploring more topics. I have studied tarot, I've studied astrology, I have studied human design, and all of these things led to greater self awareness, which gave me permission to be fully myself and also gave me some insights into myself and the people around me. And it led me to where I am today, having been a Reiki master for the last 3 years, and then just finishing my certification for the trauma informed breathwork facilitation. So maybe you can hear it in my voice just how passionate I am about this and about helping people to really heal and explore themselves and develop a really strong sense of trust with themselves and their intuition. And knowing that even if everything else is going sideways, if you've got you, then you can conquer the world. And that's what I'm here for, is to help you figure out um, truly what you need and where you maybe what the next right step is. So I can't wait to bring this conversation to you over the course of our time here together. There'll be some solo episodes like this one and others where I will be bringing on some dear friends who are experts in their areas and having conversations about how they bring their wealth of wisdom and experience into their daily lives in a practical way so that we can apply it in a similar fashion. Again, I really believe that you have to have this connection to yourself. And understanding yourself deeply is the most important thing and your greatest life work. Once you have a deep understanding of yourself, then everything else flows from that. When you have deep understanding and acceptance of yourself, you can have deep understanding and acceptance of the people in your life. And that flows through and impacts not only your home life, but whatever your career might be. It allows you to be centered in your energy and your power. And from there, it's just a springboard into achieving whatever it is that you are interested in achieving. So, who is this podcast for? I want you to know that this is for everyone. But if I had to narrow it down, I would say that this is for people who are seeking spirituality outside of a religion. Nothing that I'm going to talk about uh, goes against any of your religion. I know many people who weave these spiritual practices beautifully into their traditional religious views. That being said, if you are looking for connection and spirituality and traditional religion has not served you well, this is going to be a really good, comforting place for you to start to dabble and explore some of these other systems and frameworks that aren't as much of a top down structure, let's say. This podcast is going to be for people who are looking for healing and aren't getting it from either Western medicine or talk therapy. There's absolutely a place for therapy. I am currently in therapy, have had periods where I was and where I wasn't. And therapy to me has helped me with interpersonal relationships. So, in my relationships with others, but Reiki and exploring spirituality has given me a much deeper understanding of my relationship to myself and has improved my relationship with myself much more so than talk therapy ever has. Reiki and energy work and breath work has also given me the opportunity to heal things that have happened in my past at a much deeper level than just talking about it and physically understanding it is. Again, there are therapists out there who are doing beautiful things, beautiful aligned things, and giving people the opportunity to meet themselves fully. In my experience, it's a both and situation where having both modalities in your life and in your arsenal will give you the maximum results that you're probably looking for. I like to say that this podcast is for wisdom seekers and those who see the divine in everything and know that we're all energy and therefore we're all connected. We're all equal. We're all equally worthy of this divine love and our connection with source, uh, God, universe, however it is that you like to speak about the creator and the source of all of this energy and everything that binds us together. And most importantly, I want you to know that this podcast is for the skeptics, and skeptics are welcome too. In fact, I was highly skeptical the first time that I received Reiki. It was late 2020, the height of the pandemic, and I decided to buy a ticket to an online 2-hour mini workshop. And in this workshop, they were going to cover some of the historical and pagan roots to Halloween and Samhain. They were going to do some tarot, talk about some astrology. There was a little bit of yoga involved. And then there was going to be some Reiki. And I thought, okay, sure. You send me some energy over the internet. The hosts were located in Canada. All of this was done over Zoom, again, late 2020. So everything was happening over Zoom. And I had the wildest experience. I felt I could feel the Reiki energy moving throughout my body. I could feel parts of me inside that I had never known was there. And needless to say, this got my mind spinning. And I thought, okay, what is that going to feel like when it's one on one over Zoom and experiencing it in person? And from there, during my meditation practice, Reiki started to rise on its own. And I wasn't trained, I wasn't attuned to Reiki, but it was starting to rise in me naturally. And I thought, okay, I need to learn more about this and discover what's happening and see if I could be a little bit more in control of it. And let's just say that the floodgates have opened since then, and I am no longer a skeptic about energy. However, if you are, you're still welcome here. I know exactly what it's like to be like, "Mm, I'll believe it when I see it or when I feel it." Just know that if you stick around long enough, you may see it and feel it. And then you will have to decide whether you're going to ignore your own experiences or lean into them. Obviously, I'm a fan of leaning into them. So I hope you stick around, even if you find that you're skeptical. Okay. Else can you expect? You are going to get practical, actionable steps in every podcast. We're going to try and tie it back to what can you do today, tomorrow to learn a little bit more about this topic or to apply the principles into your life. Sometimes it might be you need to learn more before you can do this. But as much as I can, I'm going to bring it back to this is how you need to take steps forward or suggestions on how you can take steps forward. What else do you need to know about me? I am a mom to two teenage sons, been married to my husband for 22 years. I spent a number of years in corporate America and was a contracts negotiator. It was not the right fit for me and did not suit me as well as doing things like this, where I get to tap into my creativity and work one on one with people. That's truly what lights me up. So I'm so excited that you are here. And yeah, I'm just constantly learning, constantly evolving, and constantly trying to distill topics down to their simplest form so that I can apply them in practical, effective, efficient ways in my life. All right. Well, I hope that you enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about me and the podcast here from Root to Crown with Rebe Goebel. I'm so, so, so thankful that you gave me this time in your ears. If you liked it, please subscribe and download these episodes and the future episodes. It helps so much for more people to find me. And it's a little way that you can give me a virtual high five and fuel my creative fire for the upcoming episodes. Stay tuned for the next episode of From Root to Crown with Rebe Goebel, where we will be talking about breathwork and meditation. Thank you so much for listening, and please make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever it is that you are listening to this podcast. And if you think that it might be the perfect fit for someone in your life, please hit that share button as well. It means a lot.